Hello everyone, and welcome back to Optima, home of the Optima APOS series product group. In this video, we are going to look at setting up our suppliers and enabling stock control right after this. Let's start with the supplier's maintenance module, which allows you to set up and store contact information for your product suppliers. As with all other maintenance modules, click on the plus to add a new supplier. You may enter a supplier ID or let PCPROG assign the next available number. Enter the supplier name or caption. Enter their primary contact information and secondary contact information if applicable, and enter the supplier's address. The country, province or state, and city drop-down lists are all built using the data previously entered. So if the list is empty or does not include an entry you require, simply type the text in the field to add it. Each new value entered will be added to the list once the record has been saved. We can also import and export our suppliers using a CSV file. Once all of your suppliers have been defined, you may link these suppliers to your products by enabling the stock option at the department level, or at the product level. Don't forget, you must enable individual options for products if you want to access the stock fields at the product level. We will come back to this, but first, let's have a quick look at the stock module. The stock maintenance module allows you to maintain the stock received, enter stock adjustments, and update stock sold. Stock received and adjustment entries will be created by you by inserting a new record and specifying the product and entering the amount and date received or adjusted. Stock sold entries will be auto-generated by downloading the sales from each of your APOS devices. However, before we can do this, only products flagged as stock items at the department or product level will be displayed here. We must first identify which products we want to track. Let's set up the products we want to track by enabling the stock flag at the department level. Since individual options for products is currently disabled, changing the stock flag at the department level will update all products under that department. If you want to change this setting at the product level, you must enable individual options for products. And now, when we click on the stock module, we can see the list of products where stock tracking has been enabled. Let's have a closer look at the stock dashboard. Stock entries may be viewed by all departments or viewed by a specific department by selecting the appropriate department from the drop-down list. The total stocked products, total items in stock, and quantity pie charts will be updated to reflect the counts and totals of the items in the specified department. You may also further refine this list by entering a search value in the filter field. When the focus is within the grid area, you may use the arrow up and arrow down keys to navigate through each of the rows. Selecting an item in the data grid will highlight the slice in the pie charts representing the selected product. All fields in the grid are display only, and all updates to stock sold must be performed by clicking on the Update Stock Sales button or by downloading the Period 4 yearly report in the Reports module. Stock received entries and adjustments must be entered by clicking on the Update Stock Received button or the Update Stock Adjustment button, or by double-clicking on a row to display the Stock Maintenance window. The Stock Maintenance window will display the selected stock item information, along with the counts for total received, total adjusted, total sold, and total on hand. To enter a new stock received entry or stock adjusted entry, click on the plus sign to add a new row, or click on the minus to delete the selected row. Each entry allows you to enter the date the stock was received or adjusted, or click on the calendar icon to select the date. Enter the quantity received or adjusted. For stock received entries, this will add to the inventory. For stock adjustments, the amount entered will reduce the inventory. Enter a comment on the product received or to document inventory adjustments. You may also enter stock received entries by clicking on the Update Stock Received button. This is similar to the previous method of adding new stock received entries, but allows you to enter multiple stock received entries by choosing the product received by entering a PLU or SKU or clicking on the lookup button. And of course, the same applies to stock adjustments. Please note that the quantity adjusted will reduce your inventory on hand by the amount entered. Quantity received will obviously increase the amount on hand. So now we have stock on hand and we can generate reports to show this. But how do we generate our sales entries? Well, don't forget, PCPROG does not actually perform any sales or store any transactions. It does, however, have access to the sales performed on GoPause through the reports and data downloads. In order to generate our sales entries in the stock module, we must perform a sales data download by downloading the yearly or period 4 report in the reports module or through the update stock sales data. Enter the primary IP and port of the APOS devices you want to connect to. Click on the Connect and select one or more APOS devices and click on the Update Stock Sales Data button. PCPROG will download the sales data from each APOS selected, and based on the products flagged as stock items, will create or update a sales entry for each product sold by each APOS device. The stock sold entries are display only and cannot be modified or deleted. Updates to the auto-generated entries must be done by performing a sales data download through the Update Stock Sales Data or by downloading the Period 4 report in the Reports module. The date the sales data was last downloaded, the quantity sold, and the register number of the APOS that performed the sale is displayed. Double-clicking on an entry will display the Period 4 report in the Reports viewer. If the report has not been generated or has been deleted, a warning message will be displayed. Please note that when the yearly report has been run in Z mode, the yearly report buckets will be cleared on your APOS, and the existing stock sales entry will no longer be updated. Downloading sales from the stock module or running the yearly report after it has been cleared will create new stock entries. Since my period 4 is set up as a yearly period, that means that I should get one sales entry per product for each APOS per year. My sales entry will continue to be updated with each download I perform until I clear the period 4 buckets and start a new fiscal period, at which point the next download will create new sales entries for each product sold by each APOS device. Hovering the mouse cursor over the register number will display a pop-up window showing the model number, serial number, software version, and database version of the register used to generate the sales. Double-clicking on any of the sales entries will now display the report, displaying all sales associated with each entry. Now, when we return to the stock dashboard, we have stock received, any adjustments we made, and the sales entries, auto-generated by running the Period 4 yearly report. When we generate our stock reports, we should now see quantity received, quantity adjusted, quantity sold, and quantity on hand. You can also generate shopping lists by setting the minimum quantity on hand at the department or product level and running one of the minimum quantities reports. All products that have been reached or are below its minimum quantity will be included on the report. The stock minimum quantities by supplier report will be generated based on the suppliers defined for each product. Well, that is it on suppliers and stock. In fact, that is pretty much everything I wanted to show you in this series of videos. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or would like to see a video created on a specific topic, please send us an email at posupport@optimagopos.ca. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So goodbye for now, and thank you for choosing Optima and our APOS series products.
Why don't you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notified as soon as we upload any new videos. Also, if you want to learn more about the Optima APOS series line of products or need any POS accessories such as barcode scanners, printers, Windows PC POS terminals, and more, visit www.optimagopos.ca. Again, that's www.optimagopos.ca. I'm Brandon from Optima, and I'll see you again.